Welcome back to another episode of the Score Show. In today's episode, we're going to be ranking the likelihood of each individual NBA trade rumor we got. Welcome to episode 190. Welcome back. Another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be ranking the likelihood of every NBA trade rumor that we've been having because it's a week until the trade deadline and a lot of things been going on. Before the episode was starting up, we were talking about a certain player or a certain team. What was that player? Was it De'Aaron Fox or Jimmy? Jimmy. Y'all boys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. I
Okay,
can hear you.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Jimmy, what do y'all think on a scale from one or on a scale from 0 to 100%, the likelihood of him getting traded?
9.
I would say, um, I'm gonna bump this up to about 50 because I think that, well, from what I hear, that there's a possible 7 teams that's looking to make deals before this deadline is over. The reality is that the Nets is the only team that's supposed to be making trades anyway. But I mean, Jimmy has somehow etched his name into the convo. Suspended indefinitely from the team, I guess, whatever. It is what I mean. So I could say this is bumped up to at minimum 50. At minimum 50, man. I mean, I don't know if a deal is going to take place. Um, it seemed to be a stalemate with these trades, man, because the way trades is being brought up, trade scenarios is being brought up, and trades that's supposed to actually happen, it's kind of two different things. It's like two different ends of the sword right now. So I don't know exactly if it's going to happen, but if I have to say, I give it 50%.
Larry, what you think on this? Honestly, I don't know why I'm even asking Larry because I agree. I agree. I think it's a 50-50 as of right now. It's either somebody stupid and gives the Heat a crazy offer, or he stays on the Heat. Jimmy Butler was already asked by a reporter, "What would you do if you weren't traded?" He said, "I'd suit up and play." Like I'm pretty sure he knows that he's gonna stay here. He just wants to make it known to other teams that, like, yo, this off season, if I'm not paid, bro, y'all see what type of timing I'm on. Come trade for me. Come. We could do a sign and trade. Like somebody come get me up out of Miami. They're not paying me. We made a finals run twice in 4 years, and they don't feel like I deserve an extension, not even a 2 year extension. Like that's how Jimmy feeling. And like, well, why play for you in the regular season? And I could risk me snapping my ACL. And what are you gonna do? You're not gonna pay me. You wouldn't pay me after a finals run. You wouldn't pay me after 2 finals run. And you're gonna pay me after I tear my ACL? Nah, I can't play because I don't feel safe. I think that's just what it is.
Man, move Jimmy to 75%. Hey, look, I'm not gonna argue to death about 100%, but I have to move him to 75%. He's been in trade rumors for the past month. He's been popping. His name's been all over Sham's Twitter feed. Have to move him up to 75%. You have to.
I think that's a bad reason though, because I think that's the reason it's at 50. To be honest, it's almost 0 to 25 for me, but like just because De'Aaron Fox's name is brought up, that's kind of what brings it to he either gets traded or not. Because if De'Aaron Fox gets moved, Miami would have to, if Jimmy Butler gets moved, be the team that acquires him. Like
Why?
because that's the only way that we have a chance at a finals this run with Jimmy Butler this year. We have a chance at making the finals. I'm not saying we're gonna win the dance, but you can't tell me we don't have a chance to make it with Jimmy and Tyler Hero's playing the way that he playing.
You have a chance, but I think Jimmy wants to go. But I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah, I think he wants to go, but we need him. It's not about what he wants; it's what we
What?
need.
But what package can you offer the Sacramento Kings that the Rockets can't offer? That's better, or the Spurs as well.
That's why I said I don't think he gets traded. I don't. I think he stays this year, and all this stuff gets figured out in the summer. This year, though, the Heat with Jimmy Butler have a chance to make the finals. I think that he is a kryptonite to the Celtics and stuff. What Jimmy's doing right now is he's showing his value. He's like, y'all don't think I'm valuable? Y'all don't think I'm worth a contract? All right, bet I'll request a trade and see how everybody want me. I'll make the whole league go crazy about me, And he's right about it. Like that's just what it is. He wants his money, and he wants to stay healthy. So he's doing stuff to get himself suspended. And then by the time it's playoffs, he's gonna play. Jimmy's always ready by the playoff time. He plays in practice. He might be acting different, but Jimmy just wild. He's trolling, bro. He do this every year, man. He do this every year, bro. It just he's not usually in trade rumors. It's usually Tyler Hero. It's usually Jimmy's mad and Tyler Hero's the most valuable asset. Now it's Jimmy's mad and he's not playing. And Tyler Hero's average of 25, bro. Y'all got to get Jimmy out of there, But on the defensive side of the ball, he's still impactful as he's always been. So it's just effort on offense. And that's why he got moved to the bench.
I just don't see this relationship being repaired with Butler still in the Miami Heat uniform next week. I just don't see the Heat being that team. This amount of disgruntled going on. They look better than last year. I'll say that for sure. With Khalil Ware coming up and Tyler Hero, performing at the level he's at. But I still think they're not going to compete with the other teams in the Eastern Conference, as far as the Cavs, the Celtics, or the Knicks. Honestly,
Cavs. I'm gonna be all honest. I'm gonna be all honest, man. Khalil Ware, bro. Like I think everything that Miami got going forward, bro. I think that Khalil Ware, it all rests. Most of it rests into the hands of Khalil Ware.
Hero too, man. I think Jaime Jaquez I think those two guys are kind of integral to that young core that they have.
I mean, they are integral to that young core, but Khalil Ware, bro, like he could possibly end up being the best player in his draft. I don't know if I could say that about Tyler Hero or Jaime Jaquez, bro. Like, so I mean, in all honesty, bro, like I think that got to count for something. Khalil Ware, bro, like listen, look, man. Everything that we was preaching about him, and then moving Bam to the 4, it's starting to become more of a reality, and it's starting to become more of a successful reality. So, I think that's something to pay attention to, and I think that's something to really, really, key in on, man. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, listen, sky's the limit, man, for any of these players, man. But it is what it is. It is what it is, man. So we gotta see.
The Heat put off the De'Aaron Fox trade, and their new starting lineup is Fox, Hero, Butler, Bam, and Ware. That would be crazy. But I'm just not sure if this relationship with Butler and the Heat organization is gonna, I don't know, be good to last into the playoffs. I just think
I don't know the trade packages off the top, man, but what I can say, it seemed like at best Jimmy will end up in the West if a trade does happen.
Yeah, West.
So I mean, if there's a Western Conference team that's competing for a playoff spot, can he help them? Can he drive them to a playoff series win, or can he do the unthinkable like he did over in the East? I highly doubt it, but it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But I still got 50. I still got 50%.
Yeah, I don't think Butler's going to be able to do what he has done in the past few years in the Western Conference. I think that's over.
I don't think so neither. But if he does do it, bro, do half of that, bro, I'm impressed.
Yeah, no.
And I think he's going to be making Pat Riley look very silly if he does.
Yep.
Man, I don't know. I don't think there's a world where I just don't know. I don't know. Jimmy Butler is upset though, but like I think he's upset in a similar way that Giannis was with the Bucks, where like he's just mad that they're not making moves. Jimmy's not playing because he wants a new co-star.
I think it's money. I think it's co-star.
It's everything. It's everything. That's what it is. It's everything. Like there's no reason to be happy for him. No money. He's not getting the co-star that he wants. He didn't play last year because he was hurt. So like even when I play, if I get hurt, I'm not comfortable because I won't get paid. It's everything. That's why the only thing he cares about is the playoffs, and being next to Kevin Durant and Devin Booker would be tough. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, Butler, you want to do that? Do it next year. This year, like that would be one of the craziest big threes because they got like three number one options. He's a number one option on our team, and we're a contender in the East just because he's our number one option.
For the Phoenix Suns, that has to be this year, in my opinion. They have they're in the second apron. They have Tyus Jones, Nick Richards on some very nice contracts. Ryan Dunn's there as well. A few other players that I can mention too. So they don't really. I don't know if they have a year after this to kind of keep that whole roster and continue this team because Tyus Jones is one of the best players on that roster outside of the big two, and he's gone this offseason because his contract's $2 million expiring. So because no one
I
can
mean,
afford him.
the Phoenix Suns, they did do themselves a favor by trading for some picks in this upcoming draft with Utah. So they was like, all right, man, we're not gonna end up with nothing, and we're not gonna end up with just about nothing or anything. Me personally, I think they should trade KD, Devin Booker, everybody, and start all over.
I don't know. I think they can compete. I think that team
They
can
should.
compete,
I
especially.
know they can't. No, they can't. They need to start over with young pieces, and they need to start over now.
You
They
don't think
cannot compete.
if Butler's on that roster with Nick Richards, Tyus Jones, Grayson Allen,
I think they need to stay far away from Jimmy, bro. Like I think as soon as this offseason come up, they need to take inquiries on Kevin Durant and Devin Booker and blow it up and get some young players that out of these last three drafts, bro. Like and start all over.
Start
I
over with
really
D-Book isn't crazy. It's not.
start
But
all over. Yes, they do.
I get that, but at the same time, they're going for it, bro. They put
yeah,
all their cards on the table, and I respect them from doing that. Not a lot
yeah.
of organizations are doing that these days. They're not putting all their cards, all their picks on the table to make a championship happen. I think it's kind of worth it. I think it's kind of cool that they're kind of going all for it, and I want to see him succeed in the playoffs too. So them getting Jimmy Butler making a final big move with their
I think they towing the line, Larry, bro. Like the team that has towed the line the most by quote unquote going for it is the Clippers. And the Clippers in the last 11, 12 games have been the best defense in the league, bar none. It's not even close, bro. In the last 11 games, they have been the best defensive team out there. However, bro, they have towed the line by holding on to Kawhi Leonard for as long as they have. They have told that line, bro, like in this quote unquote going for it. And they had a reason for doing it. The reason being is because they were opening up a new building. They opened up a new building. Now they top five. They top five, top six in the West still, bro. They competitive. They very they competing. They got some young players on the team, man, and they doing pretty okay. But it ain't good enough. That like if you doing pretty okay in the West, that's basically middle of the pack in the league. There's nothing. I don't see them winning a playoff series. Just like I don't see the Phoenix Suns winning a playoff series. The Phoenix Suns, but I think they have burned the match basically all the way to the ground, just like we did when we had Katie and Kyrie. We like that whole picking up some of these older players and not having no youth and not having no presentable youth going forward, bro. Like it's not working. The one thing I can say for Miami, if Jimmy does go, at least you still have Tyler, Khalil Ware,
bam.
and Jaime. So like that's I can't I'm definitely not feeling sorry for Miami, bro. If Jimmy goes, I'm not because they got a future still. They got players still. They
Well,
got guys that they could go forward with still. So that's what you need to have. The Phoenix Suns don't have that. The Clippers don't have that. That's the
wait.
reality.
So if you're the Heat, are you moving off of Jimmy Butler, or are you trying to make that big move to go into the playoffs?
If I'm the Heat,
I'm trading him.
I'm
Sorry.
yeah. If I'm the Heat, I'm trading him. Like I'm cool without Jimmy because I got young players that can be intricate pieces moving forward. I got Tyler, I got Bam still, I got Khalil Ware. who was improving, and could possibly be the best player out of this past draft. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so my thing is like realistically, there's nothing like I don't know what I'm keeping Jimmy for, bro. Like I can't really blame the front office, and on the other side, I can't really blame Jimmy. I'm not blaming anybody in this. It's just it's been a good 5 years. I appreciate what we done together, but okay, yo, you want to get paid? I got young players still that that they seem to have a good future together. Okay, fine. I appreciate you what you did. Okay, wish you well. Wish you the best. As far as Phoenix goes, I'm staying far away from Jimmy Butler. I don't need this. I need to go get youth, and I need to go get youth now. Devin Booker has been in the league going on what 9 years. It's time. It's time, bro. Like yo, We need to get younger. Well, I
I
mean,
don't
we've been a
know.
destin. We've been somewhat of a destination every now and again for free agents to come, but we need to get younger. If I'm Phoenix,
That's fair. Now for the Suns, though, I agree with you, but I think they're pushing all of the cards on the table again. I think this is the only year they have a window to win a championship. Even if it's a small window, they still have a window to win a championship. And kind of honestly, you can bet on injuries. You see injuries happen all the time in the playoffs. You can bet on one of your enemies, on one of your beating teams that
Opponents,
they
yeah.
get injured, and you might be able to surpass them because of that big injury that they had. So I don't think it's crazy for the Phoenix Suns to go into this playoffs, try to compete, especially with Jimmy Butler on the roster. And worst case scenario, with KD and Jimmy Butler's age, you can always trade Devin Booker for a good amount of picks. You probably get like 5 first-round picks out of Jimmy Butler. At Devin Booker. And you have Ryan Dunn as well. So you do have a little bit of wiggle room as far as if you are a failure this offseason, you have some 2 good assets you can move for some valuable stuff.
Yeah, I think the Suns. Jimmy Butler there isn't the worst thing. He is a perfect fit at small forward, but at the same time, he's perfectly defensively. Offensively, it'll be a similar thing to with Chris Paul, Book, and KD, where you have 3 dominant mid range shooters. Butler works inside the arc a lot. KD works inside the arc a lot. Devin Booker works inside the arc a lot. It's kind of the problem with Beal and them boys feeling along each other. It just Beal, he also doesn't play defense while he does that stuff. But it ain't the most perfect fit. And Phoenix also, they just don't got the assets. Like straight up, like
They can do it.
no. If I said I want De'Aaron Fox for Jimmy, you think the Suns got? You think Bradley Beal and Bobo picks? Bradley Beal's a negative asset.
I think Butler's value is not that high right now. Gonna be honest.
And that's why he's not getting traded. You don't trade your assets at a low. That's exactly. He's making himself a low for a reason. He's trying to force himself to Phoenix. He wants his value to be low. That's why we're not trading him. Why would we? I'd rather have a finals chance than Phoenix picks. Like this year, if we just keep Jimmy with the way Khalil been playing, Hero been playing, Bam been playing, we have a chance. I don't care what the Phoenix picks could be. I know what Jimmy Butler is, and he's a chance. Those Phoenix picks suck, man. What we're gonna trade Jimmy, KD, Booker there, let them compete and keep those Bobo picks. Pick 30 in the draft for Jimmy Butler. Nah, bro. We're not doing that. I don't care, man. Y'all trying to finesse us, man.
I think a third team might give you a more valuable asset, a younger player. Not gonna be a superstar, but something. I think Butler's value is low, but I see him getting traded. I really do. I see him getting traded. I'd be shocked.
I still put it at 50-50, bro. I'm not going higher.
I'm going 75.
I'm gonna just leave.
I'm going
I'm
75.
gonna just leave it at 50-50, man. I'm gonna just leave it there.
Well, what are the teams, Larry? Name me the teams you see him going to.
Let me pull up my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, y'all. 5 Out Productions.
5 Out Productions. If you ain't hearing, because I need to hear these landing spots because I like the Warriors. I like the Warriors.
Warriors. There we go. I gave Warriors Butler and Kevin Love in exchange for Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kaminga,
Oh God.
and a first round pick. That's what
So so
that's
Leaf.
probably a lot. Like that hindsight,
I don't know. I
probably
don't
a
know
lot.
if the Warriors giving that
Yeah,
up.
hindsight, that's a lot. Hindsight, that's a lot.
Leaf,
Yeah.
you want us to give a chance at a finals appearance this year for pick 30 and Jonathan Kaminga who wants a max deal? Why not just give Jimmy a max?
Cause I mean, a chance.
A
Now
chance.
you now you said a chance.
I rather have a chance at a finals run than guaranteeing myself to overpay
I mean,
Jonathan Kaminga.
well, that all right. We need to define that the reality of that chance. That's what we really need to
It's better
define.
than paying Jonathan Kaminga a max.
But I don't know. But here's the thing: I don't know the reality of that chance of going to the finals. That
Ooh,
chance
all
of
right.
going to the finals is just gonna get. It's just gonna allow Jimmy Butler to get paid a lot more money.
And then that would be a win-win scenario.
That would be a win-win scenario for him. I don't know if that's a win-win scenario for a team that is led by somebody like Pat Riley that wants to actually win the championship. That's what he wants to actually do. He wants to actually win the championship. He doesn't want to go all the way to the championship and lose. That's not Pat Riley's thing. I mean, I understand everything that y'all got going for y'all and everything that y'all got going in the last 5 years and everything that you could have going into a possible chance at a run. However, I don't think that's what's on Pat Riley's mind. I think that Pat Riley sees the a valuable set of youth on his team, and he wants to move forward with that as opposed of taking a chance at going to the finals.
Yeah.
Because if we're being realistic, that chance at going to the finals definitely is gonna run through Boston. Not saying that y'all can't beat Boston. I think Boston. Listen, Jason Tatum. I've already been. Listen, you already know how I feel about Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. Listen, I've been on record saying what they've been saying, despite them winning that Mickey Mouse ass championship that they won last year. My decision, my opinion on them, and my value on them does not change. They are the Anthony Joshua of the NBA, bro. They prone to a knockout. So, I think Miami with a focused Jimmy Butler is that team that can lay that knockout. But going back to something that Larry said, I don't see the focus and the relationship being healed after next week with him still on the roster. I don't know. I don't know if the focus is going to still be there. I don't know if he's going to still be in his right mind. I don't know what's going to happen. We don't. Now, as far as that chance at going to the championship, going, I don't think that's something that Pat Riley is looking forward to. He already went to a championship twice. I don't think he's looking forward to just going. I
I
think
think
he's
I
looking
think
forward to winning.
I think he's looking forward to going to the finals with Tyler Hero. Has Tyler Hero played in the finals?
Yes, he has.
I
Tyler
don't think
Tyler
he's played
Hero
more
has
than
played
three
in that
games.
bubble.
I don't
He's
think he's
played
played
in
more
that.
than I don't think he's played more than three finals games in his career.
Well, listen, look. That's called the war of attrition. I mean, Jimmy understands it. Jimmy understands it, and you understand that Jimmy understands it. You've been telling me that Jimmy understands it.
Yeah.
However, this is the things that you need to not just go to the finals, to win the finals. And this is what Pat Riley kind of understands himself. But the situation of him winning in finals is bleak. The situation of him going to the finals is a chance. And the situation, these situations is getting so you're talking about something that's stone cold bleak, and then you're giving me a chance Bro, trust me, I don't know if Pat Riley is cool with a chance at going to the finals. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And I was wrong, by the way. Hero played all 6 games. Bam is the one that was hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bam is the one that was hurt. Yeah.
Um. Next, we should move on to the next player, or let cut.
I guess, man. We spend 25 minutes on
Yeah.
Jimmy, bro. Like, come
Yeah,
on, man.
I mean it's because he's what everyone's yapping about, and like on up the score, we kind of, or I'm kind of going
I
against
just
the
don't know
grain,
what
you know.
for.
So like,
Jimmy is gonna give 138 game performance in the playoffs, and then it's gonna look like he's punking. Like, I think it's been proven that Jimmy is a pick and choose gangster. The Denver Nuggets already proved it. They threw somebody on him that's a good height. That's a good 6'10". You got all of these defensive teams in the West were running around and playing good high level defense like the Houston's and OKC's and all of them. Like, my thing is, if he doesn't end up with one of them teams, I don't see him winning a damn thing.
hey, shout out to Zeno in the chat. Zeno, shout out to you, man. Hey, we need to see some episodes on Vanity Sports, man. If you ain't going live on Vanity Sports, you may as well come to Up the
That's
Score.
because the
Y'all
Sixers is
talk.
trash, bro. Like, and everybody knows, bro. Like, from his area, most of the people that talk basketball, bro, they low key promote the Sixers.
Well, let's talk about Philadelphia because I
No, we
got
not.
that duo on this, even though I think for
So
both
let's
of
talk about
them,
Philly, man. Talk about Philly.
yeah, I think
EAGLES. Eagles. And then Super
That's,
Bowl. One
that's
Super
another
Bowl.
team. That's another team.
Oh,
That's
Super Bowl.
another team, bro. That's another team, bro. That's DOA. The second that they show up in as soon as they show up to New Orleans, they are DOA, dead on arrival, bro. That's another team that's dead as soon as they show up, bro. What are you going to
Super
the Super Bowl
Bowl.
for? What are
What's the
you
win,
going
bro?
there
We
for?
gonna
Y'all
win.
been to the Super
We gonna
Bowl a bunch
win.
of times.
We gonna win, bro. Watch.
Y'all
Scared.
gonna win what?
The Super Bowl. We gonna beat
You
Patrick
really think the
Mahomes.
NFL is about to allow this?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Bro, it suits the NFL no purpose of allowing the Philadelphia Eagles to defeat a team that is literally on the cusp of winning 3 straight Super Bowls. It doesn't suit nobody's purpose. That's just bad business.
Hey, look, man. Watch it happen. I mean, I ain't like we back to the list, but
back to the list.
E
Joel Embiid and
A. All
Paul.
right, let me stop.
That defensive line is not capable of that defensive line is not capable of making Patrick Mahomes look like a rookie quarterback, bro. Like, it's not. I'm sorry.
Back to basketball.
I actually hope they do,
Like,
bro. But something is telling me that it's not going to happen. All it's going to take is one bad call, and then everybody's going to be complaining about that one call. Kansas City win the game, they cheated, this, that, and the third, and then that's that, bro. People don't realize the NFL owe the state of Missouri like a lot of money.
but
Leave.
I agree. Back to basketball. Gotta get back to NBA.
Back
Yeah,
to
let's get back to
that.
NBA.
Get back.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Next
leave.
player. All right. So Zion. Where we have him?
Zion.
Zero. Oh, no, I'm out. I'm zero.
Zion,
I'm at like 25%. I can see
I
it.
got him at 25 as well, bro. Like, I don't
I can see
know
it
who's gonna.
where he gets.
I really don't know who's gonna pull the trigger on this. I mean, listen, when it comes to the trade market, a sucker is born every day in the NBA, bro. But I don't see no suckers, bro. Like, I really don't. I don't see any. I don't see an idiot, and I don't see a fool laying around that's willing to bank on Mister. I need to go to Chipotle and McDonald's after the game. You know what I'm saying, bro? I gotta say that because listen, like Zion. I think everybody. Listen, Elijah keep telling me I don't like basketball, but listen, Zion is one of the last players that I really, really believed in. That I really, really believed in, bro, and it just went left. It just went left, man. Totally went left. I was just like, I can't with this guy, man. It went left.
Yeah, I think he's somebody like for him. What would the teams be? The Hornets. I think the Hornets should overpay for him right now, man. I'm sorry. Why not, man? Look,
Said the Hornets should overpay for him, bro.
I'm
This
not.
yeah,
I'm
is
not a Hornets. I'm not. I don't know
this is
about the
just is
Hornets.
just this is not good. You're sending him back to South Carolina to the Carolinas to do what? To just stay there and bleed to death, bro. He's gonna be the next Larry Johnson, bro. Like this dude, man. Like
I mean, it's not about,
this
to be
this dude was
honest.
supposed to take over the league, hand over fist.
Exactly. And the thing about it is, when he's on the court, you could see it. You
Not
know,
anymore. I feel like that first few years, he
like,
was there, but he has
even
down
still,
that
even
way.
no, Zion is still really good to me. Zion's gotten better because he's gotten better as a passer. The game slowed down for him. The thing about it is he's so heavy, so like he gets hurt and he doesn't get in a rhythm. He has to play himself back into shape first, Larry. But while he's doing that's what he's doing right now. But while he's doing it, he gets hurt, you know? So it's like that's the problem. Playing himself back into shape. That's his
Yeah,
issue.
I get that, but he's not playing enough because he gets injured a lot. I think he's just
Yeah.
a continuous cycle, and this is not. I don't think this is a Steph Curry injured first 2 years of his career and jumps back up. This might be a long lasting injury for his entire career, or just injuries as a whole. I don't think this is a player build that lasts too long in this league. At least that's what he's shown us so far. It's the only player build we actually seen in history with this type of build. Maybe like Charles Barkley, if you want to say that. But this is we've seen him just falling over, getting injured all the time, him also not being healthy. I don't see the success story with Zion from what he's shown me.
I agree with you so much with everything you said. And that's why I look at Joel Embiid the way you look at Zion, and Zion the way you look at Joel Embiid. I think that Joel Embiid's career is over. I think the 76ers, this
I
is
don't think his career is over. No, I won't
I
say
Over
that. His
strong.
well, all
career
right.
as a top five player is over.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all an over or under. 1.5 All-Star games. How many more does Joel Embiid make? Does he make over or under 1.5 All-Star games?
Yeah,
Under.
I might go 1-0. Yeah, under.
All right, over. Zion, 1.5, over or under?
I go over. I think
I'm gonna go over.
Like as long
two,
as Zion
two
is
is two.
healthy, as long as Zion is healthy, man, that's all it's about.
We'll
I
see, man.
mean, but it's saying as long as he's healthy, it's like saying as long as Joel is healthy and as long as he's 30 and 10 and 5, bro. Like I think those days is over. I think he's done it. I think Joel. Listen, the history that him, Giannis, and Joker have created over the last 4 years has been nothing short of amazing.
Yeah,
I don't think I could remember a time in this league where three of the same players for 4 years have produced what they have, what these three have produced in the
yeah,
last 3 years, bro. Like I can't think of a time, bro. Like this is definitely a time to remember in the league. I know everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, yeah, this is a certain time in the league, and it's not as back with like the '90s and this, that, the third." I know everybody gonna poo poo it, but the fact of the matter remains is in the last 4 years, the MVP conversation has been three players, and that's all it's been. That's
I
all it's
agree.
been. You're like, I mean, listen, you could say Luca, you could say SGA have put themselves up in there, but consistently over the last 4 to 5 years, it has been a three-man race, bro, and it hasn't been close.
yeah. Those had like they were like a big three for like 5 years, and for sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
Easily.
SGA and Luca are just now coming upon it, but Joel Embiid, a part of that big three, he's always been the one to stumble up in the playoffs. You know, every story there's a playoff choker, and
Well, I
it's
wouldn't
been
even
him.
say just stumbling up in the playoffs. I would say
I would
stumbling up.
literally say stumble
I,
up.
I,
Like you
I
watch
no
the
no no
next
I,
year,
no
he
I,
fell on
no
the floor
I'm
like every
agreeing with
5
you.
minutes.
I'm agreeing with you on the stumble up to the playoffs, but to add along in terms of the MVP race, he stumbled up to that. Most, if not all, of Joker's MVPs all rested on the shoulders of Joel Embiid's health. Those MVPs belong to him if he played enough games and if he was healthy.
yeah. Remember last
Last
year?
year, Last year
year.
he was up. Last year he was on his way to having the greatest season ever, and he got hurt right after that. Right after that game against Wemby. Wemby curse is real, by the way. I'm putting that out there. The Wemby curse is real, by the way, and I'm gonna explain what I mean by the Wemby curse in a minute. But after that game, after that 70-point game, like it was just like,
I
yo,
was there for that.
this dude was about to have the greatest season. He was looking like the greatest basketball player that ever played, all the way up until that game, all the way up until after that game. Y'all can't tell me that that's not true.
He always looks like the greatest basketball player until he's hurt or in the playoffs. Like that's just how it is. Lamar Jackson, Aaron Judge. You know, we have chokers in the playoffs in every sport. We have DeMar DeRozan in the other conference. You know, like
DeMar DeRozan in the other conference, man.
brother. There's a lot of
I
them.
think that's a little bit unfair. Like DeMar DeRozan wishes he could have. he wish, don't get me wrong, bro. That Chicago year when that team broke down. Listen, DeMar DeRozan, what he was doing was absolutely phenomenal, bro. When that year that Lonzo first got hurt, and him and Caruso was anchoring that defense, and Zach LaVine was getting his, and he was on one side of the court. Then when that team broke down, DeMar DeRozan was holding that team together with glue and duct tape, and it was that 5-year-old glue that you get in kindergarten, that bullshit glue that always come apart.
All I know is one thing that I can say with ease: DeMar DeRozan has led his team to the conference finals before. Joel Embiid hasn't. You know,
We
like I'm
really
not.
doing this?
No, but like when you're putting
Come
him in a
on.
conversation with Finals MVPs, you know, like I get it. Like he's good, but in that conversation, that's who he is, and at some point, I feel like is he not someone the Warriors should like be blitzing right now? Like,
He, it depends on if the Warriors were trying to come up off of Steph, I would say so. But I mean,
mm,
because here's the thing,
mm.
and listen, I know people wouldn't agree with me when I say this, and this might be a hot take, whatever the case may be, but the Golden State Warriors system has and will forever always be, as long as Steph is there, it will always revolve around Steph. I don't think Joel Embiid is capable of playing in that system if it doesn't revolve around him.
I
Now this is
I
this is
agree,
this
and
is where the
they didn't
case
even play well.
this is where that BS about anybody could play with Steph goes out the window, because clearly that's not true. Everybody kind of ran with that. Yo, Steph's gravity can make anybody good. It clearly can't. We seen it. We seen the 21 Warriors. We seen the Warriors when he had D'Lo, and he only played 3 games and got a fake hand injury, and then here come COVID. Like, come on, bro. We seen this. We seen what the Warriors looked like in the beginning of the season when they was hyped up at Clay return, and Steph Curry was doing all the flexing and everything, and now that they in the shitter, we don't see the flexing anymore. You know why? Because their system never changed. Because it always revolved around Steph and the Wilson gravity ball.
I just think that as a scorer in the Golden State Warriors system, the primary thing to do is look out for Curry. Like if Curry's ever open for three and you're open for a mid range, you have to pass it to Curry. Or that's what the system is. You know, you don't have to, but that's what you should do. Like it just the system is to get Curry as many 3-point attempts as possible because at the clip he hits them out and the difficulty. But yes, I get it. If you're a scorer, you having to keep watching behind your back is kind of tough. But I mean, that's what the great ones do, and that's what Curry needs next to him. Joel Embiid and Curry in the Olympics didn't play all that well together, so I don't know about them playing together because Joel Embiid isn't a big man that sets screens, not that much, and that's why Joel
The
Embiid,
screens that he set is really shadow screens to kind of get himself open.
yes, yeah,
He's gonna need an off season to like to be a standstill screen setter, bro, and gonna have to
No,
be on the
no. Joel
boards.
Embiid is a 30-year-old superstar. He doesn't want to set screens. That's who he is. You know, you can't give him an offseason as a 30-year-old superstar center to set screens. No, he just doesn't want to. He will not do it. So some people will not change. He's not setting screens. He's not catching lobs. No, he's getting in the post and he's scoring. Thing about it though is that play style is cool. It just depends where. Like on the Clippers, that's something that they could use. You know, the Suns. I don't know how you do that, but like Joel Embiid, that's the thing. He's not getting traded, bro. He's not. He's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
0%. Him and Paul George. I don't think they're getting traded, bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They ain't not getting traded. As a 76ers fan, Larry, would you want to trade those guys?
If listen, if you still under five, if you still not in the plan by the time after All Star break, if I mean, well, nah, I shouldn't even say that.
We
Let me
are at
erase
All
that.
Star break.
Yeah, yeah, we are at All Star break. My bad. Listen, I personally think they need to trade in the off season if they don't at least make if they don't at least make the play, and they should trade them in the off season. They should trade both PG and whatchamacallit in the off season. Restart your franchise over. I think they should trade Jared McCain too, because Jared McCain is not built for the city of Philadelphia. He's built for a happy place. He's built for like Phoenix or LA, bro. Like he's a happy guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, he could ball. I mean, his game is cool. I mean, but he
Happy,
already got
happy,
injured.
happy.
Yeah, yeah, he's a happy guy. He's a happy guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's all I can really say about him, bro. Like, I mean, like outside of like his hooping, and you see the TikToks, and you see a little bit of the questionable behavior, bro. Like, I understand it, but no, I don't understand. I can't say I understand, but I think he's not built for the city of Philly. I think Maxi he has something, but I think he needs other bulldogs and other pieces to be alongside of him. And I think now that I know, next season where Jimmy Butler should be playing, Philadelphia.
That's what I kind of was thinking when I made Paul George a part of this. I was thinking about the Philadelphia 76ers doing a retool. You understand immediately that you messed up with Paul George, and you just do a pick package. You like you make sure Joel Embiid doesn't play for the rest of the season by acquiring BS in a 3-team deal. So like his contract could expire. You free up money to get Butler, and then you keep your draft pick, because they're at that point where they just like, if even if they make the playoffs, right? I don't like this team. Paul George, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and nothing else. Andre Drummond against certain matchups is a cool backup. Uh, Kyle Lowry, he's cool. Caleb Martin and Kelly Oubre as your wings. I don't know, man. And Paul George, like the thing about Paul George, yeah, he plays clean games, but in the playoffs, he isn't one of those guys that just gets dirty, Like that's why someone like Jimmy Butler, like he doesn't play as many games as Paul George does consistently on purpose, because he plays gritty. Paul George, he really just get hurt. Paul George is actually just like hurt like all the time, and he doesn't even play aggressive. He gets hurt off nothing. Like it makes no sense. I think he's someone that the 76ers do. That he's scary on this team, man. He's a wild card, which is cool as a third option. But he's Tobias Harris on a max contract. The 76ers were so happy to get Tobias gone. They were like, oh man, I can't wait until Tobias Harris is gone. We're gonna add some role players. I'd rather have 3 role players than Tobias Harris. What do they do when Tobias Harris leaves? They get Tobias Harris. Like it's crazy. Um, oh, who's the next player who we should go and look at? Aaron Gordon. Let's just start going by order. He's a guy that the Denver Nuggets have started to bring off the bench. but I don't think it's by demotion. I think it's more of a promotion for Russell Westbrook. He's just been hooping it, and two negative spacers and Aaron Gordon and the Denver Nuggets. I just think if a trade happens, it might. Is someone got it? Is Aaron Gordon allowed to get traded? Actually, when did he sign his extension?
Let me check real quick.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about it. I don't know if he's allowed to.
Yeah,
No.
he recently signed.
Yeah, he recently signed, so yeah, he
Take
would.
him out, or put him at 0.
Yeah, 0. Yeah.
Zach LaVine, I'm low on that too. I feel like maybe the Warriors are a good team for Zach LaVine, but that's like the only team I see. And 1 out of 29 options, this is not a good odds for him, especially with Jimmy Butler rumblings happening with the Warriors. So I got to put Zach LaVine in 0% for me, honestly.
You can't put him at 0 now. Zach LaVine.
I mean, I put him at 10%, but it's not an option. So I'm gonna go with the 10% is closer to 0 than 25.
I mean, I can see what you mean by that case, but like you see a world where he gets traded. I also see a world where he gets traded to the Lakers.
Not really. They have $43 million. You got to make that up with Gabe Vincent, Vanderbilt, and Rui Hachimura. I don't know where exactly you're going to move those guys to.
I mean,
or Vanderbilt.
The Bulls don't. The Bulls want to lose games. If they were to trade LaVine, it'd be the tank.
It's true. Okay. You convinced me. I'm moving up to 25%, but I'm not going any higher.
I mean, it depends if I can find another team because the Suns. I think LaVine is a better fit to the Suns than Beal.
No.
The thing is, he's a better fit to the Suns offensively. Is he not a better fit to the Suns than Butler offensively?
Zach LaVine. I think Zach LaVine.
Okay,
I think. Listen, I put it to you this way, bro. I like now that you brought Zach LaVine up. I think it's possible that you could do like somewhat like a half retool into a rebuild by picking up Zach LaVine, Josh Giddey, and a couple of other young players off that team if it's possible, because it seemed like Chicago, they having somewhat of a clearance sale, bro. Like I don't know. It seemed the only person that's safe on that team is Bazalis. Maybe Kobe White. Josh Giddey. I don't know if he's safe, but like if you want to pick him up to maybe run out his contract and then start a tank war and then keep moving, I say do that. I mean, but at the same time, you're gonna have to get some picks in return. I see if I could get Zach LaVine and then some future picks.
My thing with the Suns is that Bradley Beal and Devin Booker kind of play the same position, and I feel like Bradley Beal, if he's not scoring the way that he wants to score, he's going to be held back because he's not good on defense, things of that nature. So when he drafted or traded for him, now they have 3 top scorers. I don't think Bradley Beal was, being the best of himself. So bringing Zach LaVine, I think, is a very similar situation. It's another shooting guard to play the same position as Devin Booker. I don't think you're maximizing Zach LaVine with him on the roster. With KD and Devin Booker, I think Jimmy Butler is a way better complement player to those two.
I'm gonna have to agree to disagree. I think LaVine and Butler have the same positives to the Suns in different ways. I think they both bring a positive on one side of the ball. I think Bradley Beal brings a positive on neither for them. Offensively, Butler and Booker play the same. Butler draws fouls like Booker. Butler goes in the mid-range like Booker. And honestly, Butler's going to make Devin Booker have to orientate himself to be more of a spacer because he's going to need a space to court for Butler. On the other end,
I understand that, but I feel like with the Suns, Jimmy Butler having that defensive edge, that's where he's going to maximize his potential on the team because he's going to be third option. He's going to be third scoring option. It's not going to be Bradley Beal who needs to score 20 points to be effective. He can be effective with scoring 16 points. So allowing Devin Booker and KD to go off, now Ty Jones to play make, and him being a second playmaker to that, that's going to be a perfect fit for him.
Yeah, and Booker a solid defender too. Tyus Jones is a good defender. That would be cool. No, no, that's cool. But thing about it is, I don't think Jimmy Butler is a realistic option. We're also doing this off of realism, you know. Like Jimmy Butler, I don't think he's getting traded to the Suns. I don't. I don't. Like it's a perfect scenario for them. Yeah, that's their dream scenario. That's why we want him. People out here dreaming about him. Why would we move him for Bradley Beal? No, man. Zach Levine though to the Suns on the offensive side, he gives them scoring and spacing. Bradley Beal is not shooting out all that well. Zach Levine is like 45% 3-point shooter on high volume, good scorer, good shooter, and he could also get to the basket. Like he's a better fit than Bradley Beal. But
I,
like,
I completely agree. I agree that half this list is a better fit than Bradley Beal.
yeah, that's just the thing. Yeah.
Jimmy Butler raises the ceiling for the Phoenix Suns team more than Zach Levine
Yes.
or Beal
Yes.
combined.
He combined is almost yeah. But Zach Levine does it more than Beal though. You know what I mean? That's just what it is.
You can't compare the
What
Beal.
like, bro? Like, I listen. What are we expecting Jimmy to pull off when he goes to one of these teams? Are we really expecting Jimmy to pull off the same thing that he pulled off in Miami, bro? Like, I mean,
Well,
because
wait.
let's.
If he does half of that, he has KD and Booker. He never had KD and Booker on his team before. The best team he's ever had was what the Sixers, and
Oh,
now
so
they
Which
wait,
he
wait, wait, wait,
carried.
wait, wait. So wait a second, y'all. So let me get this straight. You're expecting somehow, some way, a trade to take place that's going to send Jimmy to the Phoenix Suns, and then it's going to be him, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, and then they're going to be in some crazy ass second threshold bracket or whatever bracket they're going to be in. You are basically asking the Phoenix Suns to go for broke. That's what you're basically asking,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because he's saying, yeah, double down, and that's kind of what they are doing. It's not. Who cares about the future? Who cares? That's where the Phoenix Suns are, and I like what I kind of what the Phoenix Suns are doing is kind of turning me on.
oh boy.
Like
Oh no.
I ain't
Oh
gonna
no.
lie.
Oh
Check me
god.
out. Check me out.
We
They
we 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 a family show. That's what y'all
Hey,
told me.
nah, you've been saying you said you said a word a couple times that
What did I say?
it's like the base, like
I
you ever see the fish?
we
What
move
did
on.
I
Yeah,
say?
move
Yeah,
on, move on,
I don't
move
remember
on.
what I said.
Move on.
Yeah. Bass, like a bass fish. But damn, where was I about to go with that? Oh, what they did with the 2031 first round pick,
Was
making one pick.
genius.
What you said?
Genius.
Bro, look, I've been sitting there thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, right? If they double down on that every single year, like when you do it once, you gotta double down on it. And it seems like they the type of team, they willing to do it. Like once you put yourself in this pigeonhole, you have to stay there. You know what the Saints are doing with the cap space leave? That's what the Phoenix Suns should do with draft capital. Um, and that seems like that's what they're doing. Larry, imagine next year when they get a 2033 first that they could trade and they traded for three more first. That means that they would made a two picks turn into six picks. You know what I mean? And
I understand that, but these picks are less valuable. I would still take the 2020-31 unprotected over the picks they have now. But why I liked it so much as a trade guy, I didn't even think about it. They spread the value of that 2031 for unprotected first round pick. They spread it out to three additional picks so they can now share with more teams, get other teams involved. That's where I see the value in it. But as far as keeping that pick for their own growth, I would keep that pick for their own growth. I don't think trading that pick for three worse off picks in like the 30s, I mean the late 20s, is gonna help them out in the future as far as rebuilding this roster. But for retooling the roster, this trade deadline, it was a fantastic move.
I think the idea of those picks are for the next two. like the one in this year's draft, I think Phoenix's plan is to just draft role players and pay stars. Like Ryan Dunn was a defensive mob, and they just, you know, we need defense. He's gonna be a role player. They're not drafting upside. They're just drafting role players that fit Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. I think Devin Booker is one of those guys that everyone's gonna want to play next to. You know, he's a 25 point per game scorer who's cool with being the second option.
I don't think they need to hold on to this duo for as long as they do. Listen, they're gonna be in this year's draft because they made picks for they swapped picks with Utah. I don't know what the hell was whatchamacallit doing when he gave up picks. It don't seem like Danny Ainge is the type of person to give up picks, but he gave up picks in this year's draft. They're probably gonna be outside the lottery, and the Phoenix Suns, they got some type of youth to go after in this draft. I mean, who knows, man? Maybe they could find some diamonds in the rough to fit along with Katie and with Katie and Devin Booker, but they better do it quickly. Or if it doesn't gel quick enough, then it's time to do something else because I remember the Miami Heat gave Bam about 2 years, a year and a half, man, before Jimmy came along, and then they marched to the finals, and then Bam has been basically the number two supposedly, or mostly. So I mean, we'll see how this goes, man. We'll see how this
So,
goes.
so on a scale from 0 to 100, what do you see the chances of Zach Levine being moved?
Zach Levine, I'm gonna go with 50.
Honestly, I was thinking 75. In Larry
It's
said
that contract. Nobody really wants that. Like I don't like they
he's an all star this year though. No,
they was about to trade him to Detroit, and then he went and got surgery.
yeah, and that's his fault because Detroit has been playing better than the Bulls now.
No, no,
Kate
they was
Cunningham
about to
would have been.
trade him to Detroit last year, I
I
think.
know,
Or was
I know. No,
it?
you're right. You're right. Last year trade deadline, and then he said I'd rather get surgery than play on the Pistons because they were on a 28 game losing streak at that point.
Of course he said that, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
of
don't
course.
nobody want to play with a team that's on a 28
Yeah,
game
yeah,
losing
yeah. Come on, man. He ain't want to play there. But now, like looking back at it, if he would have just got surgery for real and then came back this year playing the way he's playing, him and K would have been a cool duo. But he's not something he wants. And Jaden Ivey now he's out for the year. But the Pistons are going to hold on to Jaden Ivey at the shooting guard position now because he shot 40% from three this year and was almost averaging 20 points a game. Him and Cade were fitting alongside each other well. Why get Levine now? But I think the Suns is a legit landing spot for Levine, not because he's the best option, but he's the most realistic one. He makes enough money to where the bill stuff could get situated. He's on the team that he doesn't want to be on. He's playing well. He's playing at an all star level, and he's better than Bill. And the Phoenix Suns are probably they're interested in him. I'd be more. Would you rather have Bradley Beal or Zach Levine on the Suns?
I'd rather have Zach Levine, but it really doesn't. I don't think it's that simple. I
It's not
think
that simple. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. I agree. But like it's just the reality, It's just what it is.
right, right, yeah,
Zach
yeah,
Levine,
definitely,
I don't
definitely.
think he makes them a contender, but I think the Phoenix Suns are just all in. I don't think they care.
I don't think they can either.
Yeah, the Clippers.
They holding on to what the Clippers held on to for a while, and then the Nets was trying to do, and then now we reverted and realized let's do it to the
The
draft.
Clippers and Nuggets are even like dark horses for Levine. I don't think the Nuggets would be in it anymore because how much MPJ at the power forward
The
position was for them.
Clippers,
The Clippers. Well, I
I
mean,
don't see them.
Kawhi is
I don't see them. I don't see them coming off of no,
Norman Powell.
Norman Powell. No,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
Norman Powell, like he's been putting on in some for that team, so I don't
yeah.
see him coming off of that
What
team.
about the Magic?
Uh, Orlando, I don't know if Orlando has the guts to pull the trigger. Like they got too many
Yeah,
injured players right
yeah.
now. I think Orlando is set with just digging in the draft, getting a guy here and there in the trade. and then that's it. But I can't say I don't. Orlando doesn't strike me as the type of team to pull a trigger.
Yeah, yeah. I might be prone to agree with you on that. Orlando need to pull the trigger on something though, man, because that team is nice. So Zach Levine, we got him at 50%. Stephen Curry, on a scale from 0 to 100%, man. What's the likelihood of him getting traded, Larry?
0%. I don't think they're gonna move him. He hasn't requested anything. He hasn't really made any buzz like Jimmy Butler has been doing with the Miami Heat. I think he's gonna stay right where he is.
Oh man, I want to put it at 25 just because I want it to happen. You know, like get him off this team, dude. He's actually complaining. Like it's sad. Like he's complaining, but like not complaining at the same time. Um, this is a player that like I seen that the Houston Rockets are just trying to keep the young thing going and like they're the number 2 seed. I get it, but Fred Van Vliet is the only thing that you should be willing to move. If a team is willing to do Fred Van Vliet and picks, you do it. Because if since you believe in yourself so much, right? Trade those picks and Van Vliet. Like you're the number 2 seed. This is the most valuable your picks are ever going to be because this is the most doubt you should think your team is ever going to have against you because this is just the beginning. Like you get Curry, Amen, Dylan Brooks, Jabari, Sengun. That's tough, man. That's tough. De'Aaron in that same lineup. That's tough, man. Just I think the Rockets should be willing to do anything that's a Fred Van Vliet upgrade, but only Trey Van Vliet if it's for Fox or Curry. After that, bro, I understand them standing back, but Fox and Curry, I don't understand it.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see what happens. Fox for Curry sounds crazy to me, but hopefully the Warriors make a move and they don't waste Curry's last few years. They can actually be a competing team. Because right now they're out to play in, so we need to fix that as soon as possible.
Dude, Houston, we have a problem. It's Stephen Curry and Golden State. Go fix it, man. Like you just send a couple picks.
I got going like 15-minute ad.
Yeah. So yeah. But like, man, you gotta let some things go. So Curry, the likelihood of him getting moved is low though. So like
0. I probably put 0%. I think it's 0. All right. So Valanciunas, I think he's gonna get moved. I don't see the Wizards benefiting too much from having him on the roster. He's an older player, veteran. There's benefits, but I think they can get a good amount of value back from him. I'm gonna put him at 100%. I think Jonas Valanciunas is getting traded this deadline.
I was thinking 75. So like we'll see if there's anyone more guaranteed than him.
Yeah. Dejounte Murray. I'm 25%. I haven't seen anyone really picking up the phone to call him. Things of that nature. He's kind of a player that you need to build around or have a team that works well with him. I just don't see a team really picking up the phone to call him right now. So
yeah, I think it's a pride thing. I think it's also a pride thing where Dyson Daniels is an MIP candidate, and you don't want to move on from DeJounte too quick and like make the trade look terrible.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, point guards are pretty saturated in the league right now.
Yeah.
A lot of spots for him to be.
Yeah.
All right, Darren Fox is gonna take a few minutes. Oh God! All right.
Yeah, Fox. We talked about the Rockets already. The Spurs would be cool. I think he's just one of those other stars that like he either gets traded or not.
50% is a fair number. He's definitely a valuable asset on the market. He brings the ceiling pretty damn high for any team he joins. But yeah, he kind of did it pretty late, in my opinion. It's only a week away to kind of make a blockbuster trade. Not a lot of time, but it could happen. So we'll see what the Sacramento Kings choose to do. They have been improving since the transition from Bobby Brown, I think his name was, to new coach Doug Christie. So
Mike Brown to Doug
Mike Brown.
Yeah. The thing is, they weren't starting Keon Ellis, which was stupid. But they fired the coach though, which seemed like something De'Aaron wanted. So like De'Aaron got what he wanted. So I might even you're right, a week. I might go 25, but I think De'Aaron is doing the same thing Jimmy's doing. But Jimmy is the 35-year-old, so he has a like
That's
he
that's
matter. You
that's
know?
definitely fair. I think, but I think Butler is getting traded by the deadline. I think Fox is an off-season move. I think Fox probably moving. If the playoffs don't go well this year, they don't eliminate the first round, something like that, or make the play-in, don't get out of the play-in. That's where a move can be realistic, in my opinion.
I think they're an off-season move dealing with each other. I think the De'Aaron Fox deal is gonna somehow involve Butler.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know. I don't see it happening, but we'll see. Got 1 week.
yeah, yeah. What about K Mid?
I don't see him getting traded. He's not. I don't think he brings too much value for his contract to any team that he'd be traded to. He might be a trade piece, but the Bucks kind of said they're out on Jimmy Butler. I don't know what other big names are kind of looking at the market right now.
Bradley Beal.
Yeah, 30 mil is kind of a weird number too. It's like not big enough for like a big star player, but it's too high for like that role player. So I think 30 is also a weird number for that to happen. And they're a second apron team, so it has to be a 1-for-1 swap. So I do not see him getting traded. I am a 0% for this one.
I'm thinking 25, just because just because he's coming off the bench and stuff. But like he also like I could see 0 just because like he plays good in the playoffs for them loyalty thing. He'd have to get traded for like someone good. Would you rather have Chris Middleton or Bradley Beal if you're the Bucks?
I think K-Mid.
I think K Mid too, just because it's a conversation, and at that point, I'm just taking the loyalty, bro. No cap, man.
I
Like
think
I hate to say
he has
it.
a little defensive side that Bradley Beal doesn't have access to, especially he has more size on top of that. So you can put him at a 2 guard or small forward comfortably. Bradley Beal putting him at the 3 is not too comfortable.
Yeah, I agree. Anthony Simons.
No,
he's a guy.
No, 25%.
I love this man, Larry. I was gonna say he's a guy that he should, but he's just not going to, bro. They don't let go. They don't let go. The Blazers just don't let go.
I think it'd be a fantastic move for some team to get him, but
like the Magic.
I haven't seen him in any open on the table. Nothing. I'm out.
Yeah, he should.
KD is a 0 as well.
Now KD's always a chance. It's always 25.
Not this year. Suns are going for it, man. Suns are going for 0.
KD is the only person. It's always a chance, Larry. KD will just go in the office and say, "Hey, cuz, come on, bro." You remember the Nets? He got traded overnight, bro.
That was in the making, though. I feel like they're going for another player. Might not be Butler, but they're going for another player. They're going for it. I don't see them moving off the KD after making all the sign-ins they made this offseason. They moved their 2030 first pick, which is probably the most valuable pick in the entire league right now. I'm out. KD's not getting moved.
He shouldn't, and I don't think he will either. But like it just depends on how he wakes up on February 9th, man. It depends how he wakes up. I'm out on it too, but it just depends. I don't even want to talk about landing spots.
0 that you have the 25%.
Because it's KD. It's KD.
0.
Larry, it's KD.
0. This is no what?
Larry, let's see how I sound in a week. All right, it's KD. It's KD. It's KD.
Right. Next, Cameron Johnson, 100%. The Nets have 0 reason to have him on the roster right now. They're taking for Cooper Flex. They're doing the flag race. What's it called?
Capture the flag.
The flag, yeah. They're going for the flag. So,
it should be 100%, but like I think it's a 75. I don't think anything is 100% looking at it.
I think him and Jonas Valanciunas with their contracts and the team not needing them at all.
Yeah,
100%. These are top 2 people being traded. I'd be shocked if not moved.
Yeah, Bi. Is this 75, man? Like he's on an expiring. The team sucks.
50. And his contract fucks it up. $40 million is a
Yeah,
lot of money, bro.
yeah, but he's on it. The thing about it though is he's on an expiring. So like whoever trades for him, you're basically signing him. You're making sure you sign him this summer. You know.
I agree with that, but the Pelicans have to get some good value out of that, in my opinion. I don't know how much they're willing to give him up for like one first. But at the same time, they don't really have too much leverage here. So I'm just gonna go 50-50. I'm a little this guy kind of I
I
don't
don't
know.
think he want to be there. I think they want to tank. I think he's in and out the lineup. I think even if they do get their pick, I think it's gonna be at a position that contradicts him. You know, like
That's fair, but I just think I'm iffy with this one. Really
yeah.
iffy.
And I see too many teams that would want him: the Raptors, the Hornets,
If he was
even the
a
Heat.
yeah, that's true. A $20 million deal, this would have been done months ago. But this $40 million is a lot of it's too much. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe 50.
yeah. What about James Harden?
I hope he gets moved. The Clippers are not going to compete. They're fantastic. I thought they were going to be lottery like worse than the Spurs this year, but they've proven me wrong. But I hope the Harden gets moved. Kind of same reason with Bi, just a big contract, and I don't really see. And the point guards is kind of saturated as well in the league right now. I don't see them making a move, especially with the second apron being here, the new CBA. I think the contract cut is a little too much for him to be moved, and yeah, that's about it. And he's also old, so which he's performing well, but his age also kind of plays a factor in the
Yeah,
long term game. So I don't see him getting moved.
I see this like 25%. I think it's just the same reason I said with KD. It's James Harden. You know, like it depends how he wakes up that morning, like if he's moved or not. But it's more unlikely. More,
Not a bad idea though. I would prefer to have Harden on the Suns than Bradley Beal. That
yeah,
could be,
yeah, of course.
that could be something that happens.
Of course, of course. A lot of teams would rather have Harden than
Oh
whoever's
yeah,
at their point or shooting guard.
yeah, literally.
Jeremy Grant. I think this is just another one of those. Like it's the Blazers, so it's 0%. You know, they don't know what they're doing.
I hope so. I feel like they have a little more forward depth. But they have Chris Murray. I think the Keyshawn gets some playing time.
Kamara, Denny,
Eddie and Vija. They have a little bit more depth at that forward spot, so he might be able to get moved now because they have that backup. Maybe that might have been it. I'm not too sure. Thibault's still on the roster. He hasn't played this season, but they just have other forwards they can utilize. This might be the time to trade Jerry Grant, especially with Scoot. Got to get paid soon. Don McClinton's got to get paid in the future. I think moving off of him right now to save you guys saves them a lot of time and resources and money in the future. So I move off Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, but what do you think is the likelihood of it happening? Like it's the Blazers, so you got to remember that.
Well, I go 25%, 25.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not doing a zero, but 25% for me.
yeah, yeah. 'Cause he do bring value to a team, but like his contract is also crazy. You know, Julius Randle.
Zero. About zero.
I think you got to go 25.
Zero.
I think the Timberwolves locker room don't like him, man.
I understand that completely, but you guys, they have no young assets to trade him with. And Julius Randle is one of those players that you need a team that's built for him to succeed in that lineup. That's not the Timberwolves. Timberwolves don't have any picks. They traded the Rudy Gobert trade, messed that all up. They don't have any of that. The only asset they really have is maybe like one protected first and like Rob Dillingham. But I don't think anyone wants to move off to Rob Dillingham, especially with Mike Conley regression over this season. So I don't think Rob Dillingham is going to be all on the table. I think they're just going to have to wash their hands in the offseason with this move. This is not going to be a trade deadline move, in my opinion.
We'll see. I think there's a chance, but if you say 0%,
Zero.
I think there's like a 25% chance where like Randall just gets traded for like Tim for like a couple role players that could shoot. You know, like the Timberwolves are just like we got to take our L and get some role players that can shoot.
Yeah.
Like I don't know who those players would be, but at the same time, that's just a bad look, you know. Yeah, maybe you just prefer to bring him off the bench and be some crazy six man at that point.
Yeah.
CJ McCollum, I think he should get moved.
I like
too.
I would like to see him get moved. He's brought his value up.
Is it possible that everybody in the Pelicans starting lineup could be moved except for me, Meaty?
Nah, Trey Murphy probably gonna stay. Herb Jones is gonna stay. Zion, CJ, Dejounte. That's kind of my.
Okay, I say Trey Murphy and Herb might be. I think one of them is gonna stay. Somebody's gonna have to go.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
This whole
If
Pelicans team.
Zion and Brandon Ingram are both off this team, I think one of them is definitely gonna be going along with them.
I don't think so. I think they're young. There's no reason to trade them right now. They're on contract for at least another year or two. I don't see there's no need to rush it. Off season maybe, but I think they're probably gonna try to make an off season move to try to retool this team with those two guys in the roster, and then next year is kind of where that trade on the table could happen. But this year, I don't see it in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. Next
CJ McCollum, I don't know. Well, what's the likelihood from 0 to
25%.
25?
I think it's still he's that.
I give him 50 as well. I don't know what the money situation is look like with CJ, so I'm gonna give him 50 just to be
$33
on
million.
the safe side. I'll just be on the safe side.
He's a veteran. He's a leader. He's a shooter, and he's a playmaker.
I get that, but the guard spot is saturated in the league.
Yeah,
and $30 million is a lot of money. That's not enough to get a superstar.
What team would it be?
Too much for a role player. I'm not sure. I don't even have a spot for him. Really.
That's the thing. It's what team would it be?
25% for me.
Yeah.
All right, wait, hold on. Move Beal to the end. Move Beal to the end. Come on, that's too long. Move to the end.
Jordan Poole.
0. To be honest, I haven't really seen any buzz around him. Teams trying to call him up, and he's kind of been doing what he has to do on the Wizards. You know, he's kind of just been Jordan Poole. I haven't been paying attention to the Wizards too much, or Jordan Poole at least.
Yeah, I think that's why I would trade him if I'm the Wizards. He's just been Jordan Poole, and other teams with him.
Like, I'm 0% on him. 0%. I don't think
so you cool with starting over with Alex Sarr and Bilal?
Yeah.
And whoever they get out of this draft?
That's not bad. Yeah. Not terrible.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all neither. But I think Jordan Poole, what is he left for? Like 2 years on his contract? Maybe what, 50 million left or something like that? 55?
Yeah, something like that. It might be all season move.
If you get rid of him, clear the house for him, Kuzma and whatchamacallit, Alex Sarr wants to play the 4, but I mean him Kuzma, Malcolm Brogdon, Valanciunas.
And that works.
Yeah. Well, what's the likelihood of him getting traded to leave?
Jordan Poole, I have 25. Because I ain't really see him into that many trade scenarios or trade
I got him
anyways.
0, man. 0.
Yeah, I got him unlikely too. But DeAndre Ayton.
0. He's not going nowhere, bro.
I think he should, but yeah, I don't think anyone wants him. I don't think anywhere wants him. And
Vooch is the first 75% for me. First 75%.
You know what?
I give Vooch a 75%.
Yeah, I think you get that one on.
All right, Aaron Gordon. Oh no, he can't get traded. Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon is 0%.
Yeah. Bradley Beal's the last one.
Bradley Beal, I'm gonna give him 50 just to be on the safe side. 50
is high. I think it's 25 or 0.
25. All right, 25.
I think Jimmy Butler either forced his way to the Suns somehow, and Pat Riley got to his knees, which would be crazy if Pat Riley's doing that for NBA players. Or Bradley Beal's on the Suns, man. Who else want Bradley Beal? The Bulls lying, or the Bulls if they want Bradley Beal, they're expecting to get picks. They're expecting Bradley Beal and picks for LaVine.
I think Beal's 25%. There has been a lot of rumors with Jimmy Butler and other players going to the Suns, so I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. But him having that no trade clause does mess it up for a lot of teams and a lot of rebuilding teams that he might not want to go to because he wants to compete. So he has a lot of power in his hands. So I think this is more of like a 15%. But I'm throwing in 25% column because 25 is closer to 15 than 0. So I'm putting him 25% for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 25% also. I just don't think Bradley Beal is the guy that teams want, and to be honest, I think that's a reason Kevin Durant could request a trade. If he wakes up February 4th and just he hates Bradley Beal being on the depth chart, He's just like, get me out of here, bro. Get me out of here. Like that's all.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I'm about to dip. All right.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in to another episode. That's 190, and have a nice day and God bless.